try. We try.
And so now that's in Westfield, you know, is a beautiful town, and so are the other towns that you've mentioned, serving all these lovely suburban communities. What appears to be, I love the statement that things are not what they appear to be. And I think that can be quite true in these kind of bedroom communities where everything appears to be so picture perfect. Does your clientele base transcend any socioeconomic? Is there any truth to, or is it, what has been your experience regarding the way things appear, you know, having, you know, the 2-point-something kids and the wonderful job and the house with the picket fence? Do people like that, do problems not happen to those types of people?
Man, that happens to everyone. It's a fallacy to believe that Westfield, a lovely town, I absolutely love it, that most of the people here do not have problems. Everything transcends, no matter what your economy is, what your income is, how many children you have, what church you belong to. We all have problems, more or less.
So you've seen
we're very
people.
proud. Oh, we see everybody. It doesn't matter. We really do. Now we do also, I should add, we have a sliding scale when somebody is seen here.
Well, that's what I want to ask you. Now, how, let's say I learned about this, and hopefully if there's someone at home watching this and didn't realize that there is this wonderful counseling facility right here in Westfield, and all they had to do is come in and use the service. How can one pay for this? If you are, you know, what is the way of payment?
We have a sliding scale fee, and also we work with insurance companies. The one aspect that we do a lot of, which a lot of agencies do not, is managed care insurance, which is really very different. In managed care, the insurance has frequently a limited aspect to it. The company might give 20 sessions, and that's it. And if and some they give more if it's called a parity or a chemical problem. And so there's a co-payment. That could be that the patient pays anywhere from $10 to $40, and then the insurance pays the rest. Unfortunately, managed care as a total pays very little, so that we really struggle. Our cost per hour is about $90. We might get back a total of $55 or $60. So that raising money has become a serious problem for the agency.
And that's, but would you turn anyone away, or do you?
We try not to.
We try not to. I do know that you do.
You know, we
yes.
work very hard.
And regarding funding, and I'd really hope that people at home who are viewing this can realize the importance of this agency. And I know, Milt, if you can explain the funding issues that we're having here at the Youth and Family Council.
Well, it's difficult. The three United Ways from which we receive funds, the first, and I absolutely love them, is the Westfield United Fund. Linda Maggio and that crew is just wonderful. And then we have the United Way of Greater Union County, and we have the United Way of Summit, New Providence, and Berkeley Heights. In that community, we work with the Berkeley Heights families. And then now we have an annual appeal, and we do ask that the community support us that way also. Up until a year ago, we had, for 17 years, an orchestra of St. Peter by the Sea with Father Alphonse. That was our big moneymaker. But because of expenses and the profits, it just took too much work, so we couldn't continue with that.
So we really need to appeal. I know that a newsletter does go out to our community.
Two times a year, right?
Right, okay. So, Milt, it sounds like this is quite an organization, and I'm proud to somewhat be affiliated and support it.
Thank you. We're very proud of it. Of course, there is a problem here. We're not as popular or well-known, maybe as the Y and so forth. People sometimes feel there's a stigma to mental health, and I remember many, many years ago, a wonderful friend of ours, Bud Booth, former mayor of Westfield, during one of the parades in town where each agency had a, I don't know if it was Memorial Day, had a sign, and we couldn't get anybody really. We wanted some children. We couldn't get anybody to do it. I think Bud paid his kids a few dollars so that they would be in the car and
Well, I think things have
it.
changed. I think people today realize that mental health should never have a stigma, and that there's a wide gamut, and we all need help in one way or another, and we're here to help each other. And if you and your qualified staff could offer some help to anyone, I hope you would certainly take advantage of that. Where do you see the future, Milt, of this organization?
I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned for the children, for the young children. They're exposed at a much younger age to a lot of the anxieties, depressions that I think they had not witnessed or experienced in the past. Things are reaching them on a much younger basis. The technology, the computer, what they're exposed to, with Twitters and this and that and the other thing. It's very, very important now for parents to be in control and to really evaluate limits and boundaries with their children.
So while, you know, with every new advancement, and the computer, of course, is phenomenal, but it is a Pandora's box, right? I mean,
Well,
you have
that.
to, and I think it's important to stress that, and I'm happy to hear someone who has a qualified background to say parents need to exert control and boundaries. Like always, do kids want boundaries?
You bet. We all do. We all do. Parents are just not aware of that. And then parents are just tired of fighting. When Johnny comes home and says, Bobby is doing this and Bobby is doing that, and the mother says, I'm just tired. You know,
Well,
this time I'll let you do it.
What's your
Well,
advice to them,
can't
Mom?
You stick to it. You stick to it. What I like to do here, and if anybody is watching and be interested, to call the agency at 908-233-2042. I'd love to have a little group of parents and deal with parenting issues. I just would love to do that.
That's great.
And teenagers who are depressed and anxiety-ridden, I'd love to work with that group
Well, we
also.
will definitely have the contact information put at the bottom of this segment at some point. And Milt, I want to thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. I will.
Thank you. This has been another show with Joanne Nealon. Have a great day.